Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm actually at home. This is a couch right here, and I actually purchased this from the pawn shop. It's the Shark Ion Robot. Got it for about 120. A little bit cheaper than 120. They actually gave me a deal on it, made it cheaper. But the point is that I actually purchased this device, and we are going to unbox it. Well, I'm going to have it already out of the box. It's charging currently, and I'm going to show you how this device actually works, and basically how strong the suction power is. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into this review. Alright guys, so you're going to hear a little noise in the background. That's actually the other robot. This is the Shark right here. This is what comes with it. Over here, we have the charger base. And if you flip this guy over, these two pieces is what comes inside the box. You just press them in and you're good to go. Now that over here is the actual Eufy robot that I have. But today we're talking about this one. So initially when you get this, you'll put it on the charging dock. When you do that, right now this light is actually green on the side. So when you actually put this down on here, the light will change blue to let you know that it's charging. But be aware of the fact that you do need to look at the side of the vacuum, because this is where the actual physical on and off button is, right there. And when you turn that on, it's going to make a noise. That's when you can press clean, dock, max. And of course, this does have the actual touch controls, which we will talk about that. You download the application and sign into it through, I believe, Wi-Fi. In addition to that, this is where the dock is for the dirt. So when you press this down and pull it out, you have this here. And from here, let's see if I can do it with one hand. I'm not too sure if I can. See if it'll let me pull it out. No, I can't. How, let me hold it with my chin. 1 second, guys. Oh, can't do it. 1 second. Okay. So what happens here is that you push this down and you lift it up. Fortunately, I had to hold the camera. I don't have a stand with me at the moment. And this pops it up. Your filter's right here. This is where you'll dump your dirt. You'll open it up, dump it, then clean your filter, close it back up. You're good to go. If you look at it, this side where you press the button right here, it's a side of how it goes back in effortlessly with one hand. And we're good to go. And that's it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is put this on the base right now. As you can see, it's currently charging. The base is blue. That means it's charging. So, and also the little bars actually go up to show you that it's charging, obviously. So with that being said, once it's charged up, we're going to take it in the living room and let it go. And we're going to do some dirt tests just to show you what it can actually pick up.
A few moments later.
All right, so right here we have this screen recording. I'm going to go ahead and tap yes. If your shelf empty, yes it is. First attach your brushes, already did that. Now on the hard floor surface, wall, okay. Alright, permanent home. Power button is on. Check the base. Dock is ready. Let me see. I can see the lights. Continue. Press and hold your shark buttons. Okay, I don't know what they're talking about right here, but I will try it. Alright, so what you do is you hold dock and you hold max. Right now I'm doing a screen recording, so that's why you guys can't see it. Alright, so you hold dock and max, puts it in Wi-Fi mode. Right now it is going through the process of looking for the shark. And the process we're doing is to use the application so you can control it from there. Because this does not have a remote. Unlike my Eufy, which does have a remote, this one does not have a remote, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. So what you're seeing right now is me just go through the application. It did find it. So we go ahead and tap it, press confirm. Okay. Connecting to the shark. It's going to go ahead and go through its process. And remember what I told you guys, we're going to connect this to the Wi-Fi network, which is my network. Let's see, put in my code. Alright, make sure that's good to go. Alright, so here we are. So now it's verifying my Wi-Fi connection, as you can see. Again, in order to put this shark, remember all sharks are different. So the picture of the shark that they gave me is entirely different than the one that I have. But what ended up happening is I pressed dock and I held max. And I held it for a few seconds, and then the Wi-Fi symbol actually pops up on the shark itself. The picture that you saw in the video, on the other hand, is a different dock that puts it in Wi-Fi mode. So there we go. Now the shark is connected. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, what should I call it? What do you want to call this shark?
I want to call it...
About to call Big Poppy if you don't hurry up.
Call it... I don't know. Go ahead.
Call Big Poppy. There we go.
I was going to say Big Papa.
All right.
Papa Shark.
A little too late now. So here is the history. You can have it. This app allows you to schedule when the shark decides to clean. You have the actual button for cleaning. You have the history, which shows basically the clean time, the run time, what it did, and things like that. So it's actually a pretty interesting application. You can add other ones right here. Let's go ahead and go to settings to see what they have. And that's pretty much it. Yep, you are good to go. Yep, actually, you can turn on notifications in case this thing has any errors. And errors means it might get stuck on something, or it might suck up something like a sock or something and get caught up where it's stuck in the same spot. So just be aware that you are going to need to keep the floor clean when using these vacs. So with that being said, let's go back to the video and show you how the vacuum works.
1 hour later.
Right here, this is the shark. As you can see, this is how it picks up dirt. Go ahead and move out of the way. Here you are. So it's not that it's bad, but it has one spinning little duster, while this guy over here is the Eufy. And as you can see, you see how fast that one's spinning. So it's I would say theoretically it's collecting more dust. That I'm not too sure of. The Eufy can go over surfaces with no issue. As you can see, the shark kind of just aimlessly just bumps into walls and whatnot.
Let's see how it does with items.
They bumped into each other. Okay, so it looked like they both can probably climb in without an issue. Now, what I will say is the shark rounds it. No, the Eufy over here can actually round around a corner, if we're being completely honest. And it does very good in bathrooms. I normally just shut the door in the bathroom, which I'm about to do right now, and just let it collect. While this guy right here is the new one. And as you can see, it is sucking up anything that's underneath it, but the spinners is to gather any type of dirt. And the reason it's going slower, because theoretically... What?
Eufy by Anchor.
Oh, Eufy is by Anchor, by the way. And Shark is by whatever Shark, I guess. But like I said, lucky I got this for a pretty reasonable price.
It's the Shark Ion.
But the good thing, yeah, this is called the Shark Ion. But the good thing is that this particular one can go on and off carpet without an issue. It can go up and down, not up and down, but it can go up and down on like in bathroom tile and things to enter a bathroom if it's not on flat ground. So that's ideal too. But for the most part, again, it just feels like it's a slower moving vac compared to the one that I had. Now, what I will say is that this one's a lot more touch sensitive, even though it bumps into things, as you can see. Normally, if it was the Eufy vacuum, the Anchor, it would have knocked this over with no problem. It would have just completely knocked it over. While this one just tapped it, realized it was there, and now it's practically leaving. While the Eufy tends to round corners. It goes around corners. It has different modes where you can go in 360 and spin around in different spots. It's definitely I would say that the Eufy is better than the Shark. I'm not sure how much this originally cost, but we will talk about it in the next part of the video. But yeah, this is what it's doing. So as soon as it goes through its full cycle, what I'm going to go ahead and do for you guys is let you know how much dirt it actually picked up.
Later.
All right, guys, so right here, this is a little section so I can show you how much dirt this guy actually picks up. So this right here is the Shark. This is the amount of dirt that it actually picked up. Cat hair, dirt underneath the chair, things like that. In addition to little things like cat litter. Now, I have multiple cats. So every single day, no matter if I use a steamer, doesn't matter. If I use other appliances, doesn't matter to sweep up. The cat's hair and dander is everywhere, and just dirt in general. On the other hand, you have the Eufy, UG. I'm going to call it UG for right now. Forget the name of it, but it's a Anchor product. Now, this one, on the other hand, picked up this amount in about probably 10 minutes. A little longer, probably about 15 minutes, right? Now I put them in different spots for a reason. This one went around the entire house. This one stayed in one particular row. Now what I will say is that I purposely didn't sweep. I purposely didn't scoop anything up for about a good week. Because when I first purchased this, the first thing I wanted to do was actually see how much dirt the UFI could pick up on its own. And it's always overpacked. While this guy over here did do a good job of picking up a lot of dirt, I was a little skeptical with the way that the little one, what's it called? If you look at this right here, this is what I'm talking about. When you look at this, it has one little spinny thingy. I forget what they're called, little bristle. While on the other hand, this guy here has 3 bristles each one. So you see how it spins. So that being said, I figured, well, maybe it can't pick up as fast. But because it spins slower, what it does is it gathers the dirt slower and pushes it forward. While this one over here spins, it can sometimes push the dirt away from the vacuum itself. But the huge difference is that this one has a actual remote in addition to application, while this one only has the application. That allows you to schedule maintenance and when it actually starts to work. The problem is that you can't direct it yourself. The other one, I have the ability to actually take the remote, make it go up, down, left, right. It has a button right here in the middle where it spins. When you press that button in the middle, it'll start spinning around in the same spot and get bigger and bigger. So it is, in my opinion, a better vacuum in that aspect of having more options. But this one isn't bad at all. And to be honest, excuse me, I'm a little sick. To be completely honest with you, this isn't bad for the price. Remember, I paid $120 for this. Now, granted, I don't know what the original price is of this at the moment. Now, this is an older vacuum. I think it came out in a couple years. So obviously, for you guys that are looking for a newer one, go ahead and buy a newer one. But if the price tag is an issue for you, then realistically, there's nothing wrong with getting an older vacuum. It's just that be aware of the fact that it may not work as well. Like this guy over here with the cat. Didn't really had trouble. It worked on carpet, but it had a little trouble. Sometimes it will push the carpet back or pull it back on its own, while the UFI went over carpet like it was nothing, really, to be honest, for the most part. But it also depends on the type of carpet you have on the floor. Because for me, I switch my carpets in the living room. So when you have a fresh carpet on the floor, it'll probably going to push it back. But over time, stepping on the carpet, things like that, carpets tend to get stuck to the floor over time, especially if it's over floor tile. And then what happens there is that the vacuum has no problem going over different surfaces. But I like them both. I think they're both good. And that is pretty much the video right there. So if you have any questions or things like that, let me know. And I will definitely see you guys in another video.